This is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, and my name is Michael Gowitz. I'm the Physician-in-Chief here at Maria Ferreri Children's Hospital and Vice Chairman of the Department of Pediatrics for New York Medical College. And we're really excited to once again welcome Hyundai and their representatives, whom you'll meet, and really thank them again for sponsoring a national program to support research in childhood cancer, one of the scourges of our existence. We're really excited too because we have an alumnus here with us today of the chemotherapy program, and really someone who physically, emotionally demonstrates all of the work and effort that goes in to not only developing new cancer treatments for children, new diagnostic opportunities, but also delivering the goods and having successful outcomes. And for that, we're grateful not just for the researchers who benefit from support from organizations like Hyundai, but also our tremendous clinical staff, many of whom are here today, and who really deserve the kudos for bringing the research laboratory product to life and to someone's life. And for that, we're all very thankful. I'm also excited that we have here a relic, if I can use that term, of the original event 4 years ago, and including Gabriel's handprints, and every one of those kids who were marked forever there are all now successful children and young adults under their own steam, under their own power, and really, again, brings home what this is all about. So thank you to Hyundai for the funding, and thank you to our clinical staff for making the reality and for affording kids like Gabriel and his family the opportunity to become successful young people in their own right. It's great to see him now as a high school student. We first met when he was in grade school in the Bronx, and fortunately his family doesn't have to commute so far anymore, which is also a good thing. I do want to introduce now, for a few comments, a person who's left his own mark on the world of pediatric oncology, one of America's renowned pediatric radiation oncologists, and also Chancellor of the New York Medical College, and distinguished faculty member, Dr. Edward Howe.
Good afternoon, everyone. I got here about 10 minutes of 2, and Michael said, "Do you plan on speaking?" I said, "No," but being a chancellor is like being the clownfish and finding Dory, you're a clownfish, tell a joke. Be a chancellor, make a speech. So I've had a grand total of 10 minutes to think about what to chat with you about, and I've been staring at that sign. And I think a worthwhile thing for us to talk about for a few minutes is the problem of the diminution of language. And 2 words to think about, the word hero and the word hope that appears on the sign. Some of you may have watched 60 Minutes on Sunday after the football game, in which the lead story for 60 Minutes was a very long interview with the senior senator from Arizona, Senator McCain, who is in the midst of being treated for glioblastoma multiforme right now. And the story sequence on television began with a campaign appearance by the current president of the United States, in which he makes fun of Senator McCain and says, "Oh, well, big deal, he was shot down over Vietnam and was a prisoner. I like my heroes not being captured." Which makes it worthwhile thinking about the word hero. Being shot down as a Navy pilot over North Vietnam, having both your legs broken, having the bones set without anesthesia, by a North Vietnamese doctor being given 1 aspirin for pain relief and spending 7.5 years being tortured. And that's not a hero in the view of the current President of the United States. What's the word hero mean? We use the word hero very loosely nowadays, don't we? Hit a home run, he's a hero. Caught the pass, he's a hero. Showed up to vote in the legislature, they're a hero. Of the left or the right or the center. Hero is one of the few words in the English language which is an exact reproduction of a Greek and Latin word. The word for hero in Latin and Greek is hero. Heros, hero. A demigod, superhuman strength. It only becomes the word for valor in battle in English in the 17th century. It's superhuman strength that we can learn from, like being a pediatric cancer survivor. That's what a hero is. It's not someone who hits a home run or catches a pass. Those are called games. Dealing with chemotherapy, surgery, radiotherapy, immunotherapy, appointments. The patients and their parents are heroes. The doctors who take care of them, and the nurses and the therapists, those are heroes. That's superhuman strength. That's the nature of a demigod. You ought to remember what the word really means. The word hope over my left shoulder, that's a word which comes to us not unchanged. It's a Dutch word, or a German word, hoppen. And we use it often to mean wish. Hope in the Dutch and German means optimism about the future. That's the exact meaning of it. Belief in the goodness of the future. That's what hope means. And that, friends, is, I guess, what we ought to celebrate this afternoon. Believing in the future is fundamentally a hopeful act. Investing in research, which our friends at Hyundai are doing, is fundamentally a hopeful act. It is a belief that tomorrow will be better than today if we will it to be. So, let's celebrate Hyundai's contribution to believing in the future. Let's celebrate the role of the physicians and nurses and therapists and staff in contributing to that, and the scientists who believe in the scientific method as a way of making tomorrow better than today. And let's celebrate real heroes. Thank you.
Now we know why there's no such thing really as off the cuff. Thanks. And it is a sign of optimism that we're here, and that we're here to support our kids, but also to thank Hyundai. And this is really a national effort on their part. We're one of several fortunate programs to receive their support. First $100,000 4 years ago, and now $150,000 directly towards the research laboratories under Dr. Cairo's direction that are housed in the medical school. And to tell us more about that program and Hyundai's commitment, we're happy that Mark Maranzana is here, the regional sales manager for Hyundai. And Mark, thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Good afternoon. As Doctor said, my name is Mark Maranzana. I'm the Eastern Region Sales Manager for Hyundai Motor America, and it's a pleasure to be here today. Before we start, I'd like to thank a few folks for joining us. First off, our dealers that took the time out of their day, and Hyundai employees out of their day to come here and be with us. Thank you for coming. Also, I'd like to thank the doctors, nurses, caregivers, and hospital staff for taking part in this too, and coming down and participating. Appreciate it. But I would especially like to thank the children and families for being here. That's really the reason why we're here today. So thank you for coming. This is what's very important to us, and we're going to have a good time with doing some handprints on the car, and Enjoy your time. If you're going to take photos, do me a favor. Use hashtag endchildhoodcancer and you put it on social media so we can spread the word even more. So September is National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. It's a time when we reflect on the impact of the disease and the brave children who face it. Pediatric and cancer are two words that should never go together. But the reality is that every 36 minutes, a child is diagnosed with cancer. Through no fault of their own and for no known reason, cancer strikes far too many children. It drastically changed their lives during a time they should be experiencing the simple joys of childhood and hoping and dreaming about the future without the impediment of disease. We want kids battling cancer and their families to know that they don't fight this awful disease alone. Hyundai and its dealers are on your side. So back in 1998, this all started with a group of Boston area Hyundai dealers supporting a local children's hospital. With the sale of every new Hyundai vehicle, Hyundai and its dealers make a contribution to Hope on Wheels. Together, we have donated over $130 million to fund life-saving research at children's hospitals across the country. This month alone, we're going to donate over $8.5 million. Maria Ferreri's Children's Hospital is one of 40 grant winners that will receive the Hyundai Scholar Hope Grant to support critical research performed by their talented doctors and researchers. Now, it's my honor to recognize one of your very own doctors, Dr. Cairo, with a $150,000 Young Investigator Grant. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Cairo. So we have a few things here. First, I'd like to present you with your Hope on Wheels lab coat.
Oh, wow.
And here's the check. You can try to cash it later on if you like. Why don't we go out in front, take some pictures? And if we could get the local dealers to join us on stage here, that'd be great. Good. Dr. Carr, would you like to say a few words?
Well, first of all, on behalf of New York Medical College and the Maria Ferreri Children's Hospital, we want to thank Hyundai again for their generosity and for returning, and we hope actually you will return every year that we submit a grant, and we just submitted a LOI for your new RFA that you just put out. I want to say just a couple words about Hyundai before I get into my more formal remarks about the research. When you think about all of the corporations in this country and what their total value is, I think if you look at what Hyundai's done with $130 million for pediatric cancer research and look at their total value of the company, they far exceed any other company despite how large other companies are in this country. So for Hyundai to take on this cause, even though pediatric cancer generally is a rare disease, well, once every 36 minutes sounds like a lot, it's still a rare disease among many diseases in this country. So to take on an orphan disease in the way that you have done this, you really are in the category of Dr. Halpern, real hero. So another round of applause for the Hyundai. As you know, less than 4% of the National Cancer Institute budget goes for pediatric cancer research. So we always have to find ways to support innovative pediatric cancer research through other opportunities. And Hyundai now has exceeded really to the top of any other cause that I know of, including all the other foundations that are out there. And we are really in debt of you to support what we do, because we have made a difference. Childhood cancer used to be a devastating diagnosis. Only 1 in 5 children survived with that disease. And now we're curing over 80%, or 4 in 5 children. And we couldn't do this without the support of Hyundai and their campaign of Hope on Wheels. This grant today is actually a team effort. I am serving as the mentor, but really Dr. Flower, who came up earlier, is the young investigator who will be leading this effort. This is a translational project that's devoted to one of our dreaded pediatric cancers called neuroblastoma. This is a disease that primarily affects young children. It's the most common solid tumor that affects infants within the first couple years of life. And it more commonly presents with spread around the body, more than 70 or 80% of children. And despite everything that we do, we only rescue about 4 out of 10 patients who have this widespread disease at diagnosis. And we've been working at this for about 50 years, and while we've made some incremental progress, more work is needed to be done. And what Dr. Flower and colleagues in our laboratory, the Pediatric Cancer Research Foundation Laboratory at New York Medical College, what we're going to be doing with this grant is to develop more targeted therapy against this disease. And for those of you who remember, about 4 weeks ago, the FDA approved for the first time the approval of genetically re-engineered immune cells to fight childhood acute lymphoblastic leukemia. And basically what that allows us to do is take immune cells and re-engineer the genetic material inside so that these cells now are focused on killing specific targets on leukemia cells. But what Dr. Flower and her colleagues want to do is to focus now on neuroblastoma and use different targets and use different immune cells that appear to be more active in neuroblastoma. This is revolutionary work and is very transformational and translational. And we hope with the help of Hyundai that we can actually get this type of research into the clinic by the time the grant is completed. So again, very exciting tumor immunology and adoptive cellular therapy research. And we're grateful that we couldn't do this type of cutting edge research without the Hyundai support that we're getting today. So I'd like to move the program and introduce one of our beneficiaries who you've heard from Dr. Gwitz before. Gabriel is, in the true sense, a hero. I can't tell you how many times he was in the hospital, first with his diagnosis and second with many complications that occurred along the way. I'm sure he thought at the time this was never going to end. We particularly were focused on picking at his lung on multiple occasions. And talk about real heroes. I mean, this young man went through multiple thoracic surgeries besides an allogeneic stem cell transplantation. And throughout the whole process, he and his family were delightful. And now he's gone on to become a young high school student and is going to show us really great things in the future. We're very fortunate to have the opportunity of curing him. And it's my opportunity to introduce Gabriel and his father, Rafael Sanchez. Please come on.
Well, thank you everyone for being here. My wife, yes, she's the one that usually does this thing, so I have to fill in for her. Couldn't be here today, but I just want to say from the bottom of our heart how grateful we are to Dr. Cairo, his team, the Maria Ferrari Children's Hospital, As I was walking here today, I was thinking about the 2.5 years that we went through, multiple operations on Gabby, and it's a lot of mixed feeling coming to this hospital, but we are forever very fortunate to have found this hospital and Dr. Kaido's team who provided the care that my son needed at that time. And Dr. Kaido's team not only saved our son's life, but they also provided we gained a new perspective in life with our stay here. I just want to say, just to piggyback on something that was said earlier, thanks to Hyundai, Hopes on Wheels, and the hospital, you guys provide exactly that, hope, and Dr. Kaido's team is the Legion of Justice, and they are all our heroes. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here today and giving me the opportunity to speak in front of you people. I'd like to thank Dr. Cairo and this phenomenal hospital, Maria Ferrari, for giving me the giving me a number of life.
Thank you, Raphael and Gabriel. And you know, this is the reason why we do what we do, because it's kids like Gabriel and what they're going through. And we're so glad to have you guys. And thank you. So while our story did begin in Boston, now it's quickly expanded to more than 830 Hyundai dealers across the United States. We have a few of them present here in the New York area. I'd like to bring Mr. Jonathan Grant up to say a few words on behalf of the local Hyundai dealers.
I'm not sure how to follow Raphael and Gabriel and his dad, but congratulations. You are true heroes. My name is Jonathan Grant. I'm the dealer principal of Central Avenue Hyundai in Hartsdale, and on behalf of all the local Hyundai dealers, we'd like to thank you for everything you do for the community. Our commitment to the fight against pediatric cancer is not about selling cars or promoting our business. This is truly at the core of who we are and what we do to try to make the world a better place. There is nothing more important to us. There are many amazing children's hospitals nationwide that are doing incredible work to help kids fight cancer. Maria Ferrera Children's Hospital is one of only 40 hospitals this year to receive this award. It is a testament to your hard work and dedication, and we are proud of all the work that you do. In addition to funding grants, we are working to raise awareness about this important fight. Please join us and show your support during National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, which is represented by the gold ribbon symbol. We invite you to 1, change your profile photo on social media, or visit our Hope on Wheels website for a unique September experience. While on the website, post a message of hope on our digital wall of hope. Follow us on social media and use hashtag endchildhoodcancer, or make a donation to the Children's Hospital. Or come to a Hyundai dealership to pick up your free decal. For more information about our September activities, visit our website at HyundaiHopeOnWheels.org. Every child deserves to win his or her fight with pediatric cancer. This is a fight we can and we will win together. You can count on the local Hyundai dealers to be with you for as long as it takes. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. So, as many of you know, we hold a special ceremony at every Hope on Wheels event. It's the program's signature handprint ceremony. Each year, we collect the handprints of hundreds of children fighting cancer. These handprints are added to the Hope vehicle, which travels the nation as we present research awards and spread awareness about the disease. The question I get asked mostly, why handprints? We believe there's nothing more personal than an individual's handprint. The colored handprints of the children we meet represent their individual and collective journeys, hopes, and dreams. These handprints also represent our continued resolve in the fight against childhood cancer. Today, you have heard that Hyundai is looking forward to a day without pediatric cancer, and nothing could be truer. To commemorate this occasion, we will ask the children here today to participate and place their hands on the vehicle. We have a Santa Fe right outside with some handprints on it already, decals. We're going to ask you to put your handprints on it as well. Okay, so before we get started, and I know we have Gabriel here, I don't know if there's any other children present, but there's some gifts on the table that they can grab, and then we're going to move outside and do the handprint ceremony. So the way it's going to work is we have a table out there with 3 colors, red, green, and blue. You get to pick your color, and then put the handprint on a canvas and as well on the vehicle. So thank you for all being here and participating. Appreciate it.
Thank you everybody for coming. My name is Andy LaGuardia. I'm here with the Children's Hospital. Just want to let everyone know that there's refreshments here over in the corner, some pastries and some water, and some coffee for this very, very chilly afternoon. So please feel free to help yourselves to the refreshments.
Yeah.